What's going on, everybody? So today, as you can see, we're indoors. I just got back in from cutting my grass. It's like 80 something degrees out there. I had to stop like 3 times, but I gotta get ready for work, and it's about 1 o'clock. So I gotta make something to eat, and I decided to make my deer heart or venison heart. I know. Did he just say deer heart? Listen. A lot of people think the heart of an animal is an organ because it's in the chest cavity. It's actually which is like you slice it into like little steaks, and then you put it in a frying pan on low for like with what's it called, mushroom gravy, and then you put it over that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cube it up, cook some rice, and mix it in with some rice and egg. And it's kind of like a hillbilly Chinese food or something like that, we can call it. Redneck Chinese food. So, get you guys down here. So what I do with the heart is you slice it up. Okay, there's this little thin skin around it. So what I do is I like to take that and just come right down. You're going to get some of the meat off, but it's now when they're fresh, they're really good. But I like to take this silver skin off and then cube it up. I mean, look at that. That is just beautiful right there. And then it goes right in the frying pan. So then I cube this up, get rid of some of them fat strings. Keep your pan on low so you don't burn. And I like to cook in an iron skillet because it kind of holds the heat, so you can keep it on low and it will still hold the same temperature. So now, you don't have to cut this off. You don't have to cut it off. I like to cut it off because it's kind of chewy. But other than that, I like to leave it on. Some pieces, it gives it flavor, Other people don't mind the whole like gaminess taste or whatever, but that's where a lot of your game, even on deer meat, and you'll see videos of that. Hunting season's almost here. I'll do videos on that. How I prepare deer meat and how my dad was taught. My grandfather and my dad used to go up to Maine every year, and everybody from Maine first started telling them about killing eating the deer heart. But what I was saying, it's an old saying, is you don't eat the heart of the animal unless you take its life, unless you harvest it, because it's bad luck at that point. And my dad kind of proved it, because one year he went to Maine and everybody shot deer. So like I was saying, sorry, my battery was dying on my camera. One year my dad went to Maine and he took everybody else's heart and he brung it home and he ate them. Well, let me tell you something. He didn't see another deer for 5 years straight. And then he shot this guy. Took him 5 years to shoot this guy. I don't know. I'm kind of superstitious, so I ain't gonna mess with stuff like that. I only eat the deer heart out of the game that I harvest, or the deer that I harvest. People might think it's textury too. It's not that texture. It doesn't have a lot of texture to it. It's kind of like a filet mignon, actually. It's actually, if you really look it up, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, it's really good, So if you're ever hunting and you harvest a deer and you never tried the heart and you want to give it a try, I highly recommend it. Because, you know, if you're kind of a steak kind of guy and a wild game kind of guy or gal, I would. My daughter's mother, let me reinstate that. She's never had it, and she's from Bensalem, and she's not a hunter. She didn't grow up in a hunting family or nothing, and she actually tried it, and now every time I cook it, she wants pieces, and I'm like, you know, they only have one heart per deer. So these are 2 deer I shot last year. I shot a doe, and on my farm here in New Jersey, you're allowed to take 2 deer at a time. That's Jersey rules. So I shot one, and then I reloaded my crossbow and sat there, and then another one came in, so I shot that one too. So I had one blood trail going one way and one blood trail going the other. So what you want to do is just remove all this off, all this silver skin, as best as possible. Like I say, you don't have to do it, but I like to do it. And then we'll put it in the iron skillet and crank her up. I got her on low now. The ones that I've already cut up are already there. They're already cooking. I know I'm probably going to get comments about this. Oh, Richie, that's nasty, or this, that, and the third. Listen, guys and girls, don't knock it till you try it. I'm telling you. If you are some sort of steak lover or meat lover at that point, jerky, whatever, do not crack it until you try it, because I'm telling you, it is delicious. I've been raised on it, grown up. And I wouldn't change it for anything. We got this thing rolling. Just surface light. Oh, that's it. Alright, so these are cooking. We're going to hit them with a little bit of onion powder. Of course, a little garlic. And we'll go a little Cajun seasoning, which we gotta open. Give it a little spice. These shouldn't take very long to cook because it is very tender heart, very tender meat. So season it up, give it about, I don't know, a half hour or so, and then stir it around so the other side can get brown. Like I said, keep that iron skillet low. You don't want to cook them too fast. I'm gonna get some rice ready. And get some rice ready. And then we're gonna do rice and egg. So this is gonna go over top of the rice and egg. It's gonna be a redneck Chinese food. Alright, so I got the rice ready. Well, the rice is boiling, cooking. The deer heart actually looks amazing. It's coming out really good. Now when you're cooking this, all these juices, I put a little butter in there too, so that's not just, you know, juices, it's a little bit of butter too. So what I like to do is I'll put this away with all that juices, that way it will marinate in its juices, and then when you eat it, all them juices will come out, will go down into the rice, and it's really good. So we're gonna try it. Delish. Man, flavorful. You can actually like put this stuff on like torpedo rolls. You can make like little steak sandwiches out of it. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff. So this is pretty good. We got the rice boiling, and we're gonna start cooking our egg. So we're gonna slide this thing back. We'll drop a little bit of egg in the pan. Like I said, you don't want to overcook that. That's why I like to do it in an iron skillet. So now it's, and even in an iron skillet, it's still technically cooking back there. It's just chilling in the shadows. Rice is boiling. Give that a stir. I don't know about y'all, but I like to cook a lot of rice. I feel like I always cook too much, but I always ended up eating it. And then back the heat off, bring it to a boil. Let that simmer. Oh! Burning down the house. I like to do a lot of eggs, so it gives it a good. So we're just gonna basically just scramble the egg until it fries up really nice. What did I do with the butter? Let the butter soak into that rice. The rice is pretty much done. It's got to absorb it a little bit more. The egg. Fry the egg up. And this stuff's good too. I don't know if anybody ever uses it, but it's garlic pepper. I like using it. It's like the best of both worlds right there. Need another little piece of this. Delicious. Alright, so that's pretty much it. That's going to conclude this video. And you know, like I said, when you harvest your next deer, don't throw that heart out. Take it home. Cut it up. I'll do another video on a different way to cut the deer heart up once hunting season gets here. As always, thanks for watching Horton's Outdoor Adventures. Till next time, get off the couch. Get out there.